The moment I read those two words, "ask the heir," and hit send, I knew my life would never be the same. Not because I was being cruel, not because I was angry, but because for the first time in 34 years, I was finally being honest. My name is Natalie, and for 6 years, I had been the invisible engine of my parents' life, paying their mortgage, covering medical bills, fixing their roof, managing their taxes, organizing their doctor's appointments, all while my older brother Travis, the one who barely calls, was being set up to inherit everything. I didn't find out by accident. I found their will while searching for an insurance document in my dad's office, the same room that was once mine, back when I was a child who still believed fairness mattered. I opened a manila envelope labeled Will and Testament, updated January 23rd. It had been just 3 months since they'd changed it. I didn't mean to read it. It was private. But as I lifted it, pages slipped out. My eyes caught my name near the bottom, and then I saw it. Upon their deaths, all assets, the house, investments, insurance policies, personal possessions, shall go to Travis. The only thing left to me? A dusty set of dishes from my grandmother. I don't know how long I sat there, hands trembling, the paper burning in my grip. Long enough for my mom to come looking for me. "Did you find the insurance policy?" she asked, then froze when she saw the will in her hands. Her face went pale. "Oh," I whispered, voice cracking. "Why?" She called for Dad. He appeared in the doorway, arms crossed, expression shifting from confusion to defensiveness. "You shouldn't be going through our personal papers," he said, more annoyed than guilty. "I was looking for the insurance policy," I said. "Mom asked me to." This fell out. I held up the will. "Why is everything going to Travis?" They exchanged a look, that silent, practiced communication that had always excluded me. Finally, Mom sat down. "Sweetheart, we love you both equally," she said, voice gentle, like I was a child. "But Travis needs more help. You know that. You've always been so capable." Dad added, "You have a good job, savings, a stable life. Travis has struggled. He needs a safety net." So my reward for being responsible was nothing, while his reward for a lifetime of irresponsibility was everything. "So my punishment for being reliable is erasure?" I asked, bitterness rising. "It's not like that," Mom protested. "We're just being practical. Travis will take care of us in our old age. He promised to move in when we need help." I laughed, a sharp, broken sound. "Travis? The same Travis who can't remember to call you on his birthday? Who's been fired from 3 jobs in 2 years? Who still owes me $2,000 he borrowed and never paid back?" They had no answer. "I should go," I said, standing. The room felt too small. Too hot. I needed air. "Natalie, please try to understand," Mom called after me. "We love you," Dad added, but didn't move to stop me. I left without a word. That night, I called my best friend Melissa. "They're leaving everything to Travis," I said. She was silent for a beat. Then, "That's not just unfair. That's emotional abuse." Her anger on my behalf was the first validation I'd ever felt. I wasn't overreacting. This was wrong. I called my therapist, Dr. Levine. We talked about boundaries, self-worth, and the toxic pattern of being the responsible daughter. The next morning, I made a decision. I created a new budget, one that didn't include any support for my parents. It felt terrifying and liberating. For the first time in years, I could afford things I'd been denying myself: a new laptop, therapy, a weekend trip. But the guilt crept in. Was I abandoning them?
No. I was freeing myself.
I wrote an email. "Dear Mom and Dad, I've decided to stop all financial support. This isn't punishment. It's self-preservation. I've given years of my life and over $55,000 to support you, while being treated as less valuable than my brother. I can't continue this cycle. I love you, but I can't be your ATM anymore." I sent it. No reply. Then the text started. "How could you do this to us? After everything we've done for you? Is this blackmail to change the will?" I didn't respond. This wasn't about inheritance. It was about dignity. The next day, they showed up at my apartment. Mom crying.
Dad angry.
We need to talk about your email, he said. I let them in. We sat in my small living room. You're punishing us, Mom said. No, I said calmly. I'm setting a boundary. You chose Travis to inherit everything. It makes sense he'd be the one to support you now. But he doesn't have the money. Dad snapped. Then maybe he should get a job, I replied. They stared at me like I'd betrayed them. I told them, if you need help, ask Travis. He's your heir. They left in silence. Over the next week, the narrative shifted. Cousin started calling. Heard you're having money problems. Hope you get back on your feet, so you can help Aunt Margaret again. They were rewriting history, painting me as unstable, not them as exploitative. Then came the final straw. Mom texted. Mortgage is due. Can you help? I stared at the message. My old self would have transferred the money without thinking. My new self typed 2 words. Ask the heir. The response was instant. How dare you? After everything we've done for you. We need help now. I didn't reply. I silenced my phone. That evening, Dad called. Your mother is in tears, he said. I'm sorry to hear that, I said evenly. Do you think this is a joke? He asked. No, I said. I think it's logical. You chose Travis to inherit everything. Ask him for help. Silence. Then the call ended. A few days later, I visited my Aunt Helen, Mom's sister. I told her everything. That sounds like my brother-in-law, she sighed. He's always been traditional to a fault. And my sister goes along with whatever he wants. Then she said something that stunned me. I've been diagnosed with cancer. Stage 4. Prognosis isn't good. My heart broke. Aunt Helen, I'm so sorry. Don't be, she said. I've had a good life, but I'm putting my affairs in order. And I want you to know, I'm leaving you everything in my will. I protested. You don't need to do that. Yes, I do, she said. You've always been kind, responsible, overlooked. You deserve to be seen. Tears filled my eyes. Not because of the money, but because someone finally saw me. I didn't need to inherit my parents' house to feel worthy. I just needed to know I mattered. I still help, but on my terms. I volunteer at a women's shelter. I'm planning a trip to Japan, a dream I'd postponed for years. My parents eventually reached out. We had a long talk. No apologies, but a start. Travis? Still oblivious. But I'm not waiting for his awakening. I've already found mine. If this story has ever made you feel seen, if you've ever been taken for granted by your family, punished for being successful, or treated like a resource instead of a person, then please, don't just watch and scroll away. Like this video, because it helps others find this story. Share it with someone you love because they should know how fast life can change. Subscribe for more real stories of healing, boundaries, and quiet strength. And comment below. Where are you watching from? And have you ever had to set a boundary to save yourself? Because your voice matters. And someone out there might just find the courage to say, no more.